This week, there's only one thing to talk about, and that's the HP Xerox proposed merger. Right off the bat, couple things that come to mind. Terrible, terrible, terrible. The industry cannot afford to lose another player. If we lose another player, we immediately lose out on the benefits of technology, because there's no way that one combined merged company is going to deliver everything that we need. It's just not possible. Competition is the only way to do that. An $11 billion company making a play to take over a $35 billion company. Don't understand it. What do I hear? I hear head of Xerox say that they see $1.2 billion of supposed savings. Well, I'd like to know what the cost of this acquisition merger is going to cost, because the fees are huge. When you go borrow the money, you're going to have to pay it back. How are you going to pay it back? You're going to slice and dice. Who are you going to slice and dice? You're going to slice and dice the people. You're going to slice and dice the people that made both those companies great companies. For what? For money. Money for who? Money for Carl and the shareholders. But really, Carl, someone explain this to me. How could a guy own 10% of one company, largest shareholder, own 5% of the other company and be the fifth largest shareholder, and then be in the middle playing the game? Does everybody realize, and I don't know the guy, so it's nothing personal, but does everyone realize that he's the only guy who's going to win no matter what? If there's a proposed merger and it happens, share price goes up, he takes it. If it doesn't happen, the shares go up, he takes the profit and he runs. If he does a merger, guess what? The CEO of Xerox is his guy. They're going to slice and dice. And then what's going to happen? We're going to have some skeletons, some skeleton companies. I just don't see how it's going to work. You know, we're watching what's going on in North America. We're watching the middle class. We're watching how tough it is. Well, this is just going to hurt the middle class even more, because it's the middle class who's going to lose all those jobs. Where are they going to get jobs? I'd like to hear from the board of directors of Xerox first, because they're pushing this. What are they going to do, and who are they going to protect? I'm pausing because I don't have the answer, but I would really like to know the answer, because we've watched too many companies on the backs of others just destroy things. What's going to happen to the customers of both companies? When I think about EFI in the past, when they were buying up all of those MIS companies, all sounded great. They were boosting their market share, but all of a sudden they buy these companies, and then the company EFI would decide, nah, that estimating system's no good, we're done. What do you mean you're done? How many customers do you have that spend $50, $100, $200,000 on it, and then the people and then the manpower, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're done, so they're done? That's not really building confidence in people. So I'd like to have some better clarifications from one and or the other company as to how they're seeing it happen. Because what's happening now is, I promise you, half the employees are going to be running scared. All companies are laying off to begin with. Now there's going to be more layoffs. I guess that's what happens. Change happens. But this is really, really, really a little scary. I don't see what the benefit's going to be to any of the employees or any of the customers. The only benefit maybe short term will be the shareholders. But that's the problem with the US and Canada and all these markets today. It's killing industry. Our industry's already tough enough. One thing I wanted to ask you is, you know, we're seeing all the back and forth and we're hearing, but here we have the CEO of HP, Enrique Lores, and then we have the CEO, John Vicentin of Xerox. So my question to you is, and I'll read it out loud, if the Xerox HP merger went through, which one of these CEOs would you want to be your leader? A, happy-looking guy who's obviously very smart to be leading HP, or tough-looking guy who's also very smart but is Carl Icahn's hammer? Well, why don't you answer me back and leave some posts and your reasons why, because I'd really like to know. But what I really also want to tell you is that this sheet was printed on a Konica Minolta BizHub C285 office printer. I don't know about you, but color looks pretty good. Warren Werbit, what they think. I love print.